Oh, alright peoples, time for an update. Didn't work. What a nightmare to find. So, you can see the Galaxie's out there. And as you can see, the air gauge is here. We've been chasing a leak in the air system for absolutely ages. And it turns out it's right in there. Was it this one? No. One of these is damaged where it joins in on the inside of here. So, the air gauge panel's out. We're waiting for a new gauge to arrive. That should arrive tomorrow. But, on the plus side, good on you. Yes, we had to make another bench because there was too much stuff going on in the garage. We have a look here. Okay, we haven't got much left at all. So, we've got a boost line to go on the gauge because it hasn't got one. So we had to order one of them today. And then put the dash back in. Collect the wiper spider from MB Motorsport. 1966 alloy wiper spindles is what I call them. I don't know what the proper name is. But basically, one of them there, which goes in there, which is connected to the Astra G wiper motor. That cracked, which means that it couldn't be mounted up properly. So as you can see, we've got all the trim and everything out here, and the vacuum line, the washer jet lines to put back in, and the panel to put on here. Just go back to the board. So as I said, scuttle panel, washer jets, rear speakers, just need to join the wires, and then we've got this little one here, which is the interior light circuit. Still haven't decided how I'm going to do that, but I've got a pretty good idea. I've got a couple of bits coming, ironically, from AliExpress, because they're great when you buy LEDs and things like that. So I've got a couple of little things for there. Bulkhead grommets, that's just fit and finish, which I'll show you in a second. Finish off the front trims, which is obviously because I'm putting the dash in, so I can't finish off doing all the last little trims and screws. And then next weekend we valet and detail. Smiley face. Yeah, that's because I've spoken to the boys already, and then finally she's going for a cruise. So, quick update now. As you can see in the engine bay, there is no visible wiring now. Behind the lights, gone. The wiring that is there is all banded up and tucked. This is interesting. I've never done one of these before, but this little block here is actually a variable resistor. You know, like what we used to have on the old speed controllers and stuff. So what that does is it takes the 3 wires from the switch and feeds various amounts of power to the fan inside that housing. And the great thing about it is, on the other side of that, it's open. So the fan cools the resistor all the time as well, which is mint. So such a simple idea. Interior wise, all the backs now back in. All of the backs back in now, all bolted up, all done. And this is back done. Like I say, all the gauges are now in. We just noticed that there was no actual boost line running from here. Never had one, so we've got one of them in. Added some new tweeters on the front just so we can get some sound in the front, because down here what look like speaker grills on the trim panels are actually vent panels. They basically scoop in fresh air from the inner arches to cool you down inside the car. I suppose it's an American thing for the heat to have over there, but yeah. So we've got cables that run from there up to these controls up here, which basically means you open the flap. Personally, I love these things here. Right, and no, that's the window winder. So what was this for? Now how cool is this? You all know the quarter light windows. How mint is that? They should bring that feature back on modern cars. It's really cool. Just a nice little window to open instead of opening up the big one. But anyway, dash is in, as you can tell. Everything's practically here, gone now. Trim panel just to fit back up, this to fit back up once its dash is finally in. Same on this side, which is that panel over at the back. Little cowling to go into the bottom of the cover there, goes into 2 little bolt holes there and finishes off that nicely. All the switches are done, all the gauges are in, everything lights up nice and neat now. Got a earth wire to run down to this B&M shifter just for when it's in park. It'll light up the little park light in there. Not that you won't know that it's in park, because the thing won't move anyway, it's on an auto. But you know what I mean, it's one of them little indicator lights, and we thought may as well use it, wire it in, job done. And then yeah, the air gauge bolts in there, so obviously we're just going to retrim these pipes because they're excessively long, which you don't need to be. So I'm going to retrim them, and then we're going to do something with the mountings on this little box thing that goes in here. It's just literally a canvas box, but we're going to try and make it a bit better than what it is. Obviously you can see all the wiring in there behind for the ECU and that now. It's all nicely clipped up and done. As with everything in this car, everything's labelled, no matter what it is. You can see in the back of there, all the wires there, this, that and the other, they're all labelled. So future proofing, anybody comes into this car and needs to figure out something, which they shouldn't, because it's practically all brand new inside now, all the electrics are brand new. But if they need to, every wire's labelled, fuel gauge, you know, they're all labelled just to, so you can assign every wire which one it is, what it's doing. Nice little modern touchscreen stereo in there, runs off USB, it's got FM and all that sort of stuff, and it can Bluetooth your phone and play music. What else do you need? So hopefully after this week, next weekend, when a couple of these bits arrive, this boost line and everything else, this will be done, and then you can turn around and get the old squad on it, and it'll be all nicely belted. I mean, this hasn't been cleaned for months, as you can see, but it's still, look at the shine on that. And this hasn't been cleaned or detailed in the year that it's been here while I've been dealing with it all. I must say, I can't take credit for every single thing on this build. Alright, this car was originally built by the legend that is Mark Huxley at Huxley Motorsport, and I can't take away any of the credit for that. All I've done is I have completely put a whole new electrical system in. The old electrical system didn't cope well with the modern BMW electrics, and it just wasn't strong enough. We now have a full proper fuse box in instead of the 4 glass ceramic fuses or whatever they're called. I think I've still got one lying around here somewhere. No, it's gone. But now we have a modern fuse box. That's just got to be mounted up there. We also have, as you can see, it's all taped up now, but we also have the spare terminals in the back if ever you need to add another circuit or anything else like that. It's there. It's future proofed. Absolutely mint. So yeah, hopefully next weekend you'll see this cruising around in the northeast. Come and say hi, come and have a look, and then it'll be going back to its owner. Or will it? This is a question, because I know there's a certain person on my friends list that I've known for an awful lot of years, ultimately cool guy, mega cool guy, has been constantly messaging about it. So whether the current owner down south or whether the new owner Manchester way kind of thing gets it, I don't know, but I can seriously imagine this pulling a trailer, because it's got the turbo and everything on, with say a cool drift taxi or something like that. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to driving this around for a few weeks just to make sure that everything's all ironed out and done, and turning some heads. As for her, well, as you can see, everything's really piled up in the garage at the minute. The reason not much has been happening is because we are currently in the process of buying the house. So with the point of buying the house means that I can actually maybe lose that wall over there and maybe make the garage a little bit bigger, which gives us more space in here. As you can see, we've got more wrenches and stuff inside the garage ready for what we're going to do. We've had a lot of plans, talks, discussions. This whiteboard's been changed so many times where we've been coming up with ideas for the car. At the minute, bless her, it's just packed with everything. there's boxes all over the garage with stuff there for it and all the bits and bobs. We're still messing about with the colour. I don't know how to leave it white. I really like the old manga cartoon cars kind of idea. There's a wonderful guy in Poland that does some amazing work that I've been following. I really like some of his designs, but I don't know if I'm crazy enough to do that. It might be, but I don't know. I also really like the dark metallic blue, like what my BM is outside. I can't decide, and I won't decide until it's done. It might be a case of once I do a little bit of welding that I want to do to brace the cage up and a couple of other bits for the 1000 brake horse JZ that's sitting in there. Then I'll decide, and it'll be sent away to be painted, and then it'll come back and it'll be all hands on deck. And it'll be James, Adi, Ricky, probably Craig, probably Kieran. There's a load of people. I just don't know. Like I say, we'll have to see. Sorry there hasn't been that many updates, peoples, but like I say, house building. I'm battling through kidney failure at the minute, which is a bit interesting to say the least. It's making us rather fatigued as such, but hopefully onwards and upwards. We'll see how we get on. Once I know the house is bought, then yeah, we'll be laughing because I can tear it apart and I know I won't have to move it or anything else like that. But like I say, this will be rolling around in the northeast soon, so keep your eyes peeled, everybody. See you later. B.A.H. Customs.